Do we have a problem? Do we have a problem? Do we have a problem? Nah, we don't got no problem. What's going on, ELI'S.JYESTHA? We will be doing a video today on Rahu in Pisces and Ketu in Virgo. South node of the moon in Virgo, north node of the moon in Pisces. Let's get this shit started. So I'm going to be explaining what is Rahu, which is north node, what is north node, what is south node, what is Pisces, what is Virgo, and how all of these meanings, how they will affect each individual. So I only have a little bit of time. I'm going to do a part two. Part one is just getting the little information out of the importance of things. Okay. So this transit will be going on January 12th, 2025 till August 12th, if I'm not mistaken. And it will start at the 29th degree on January 12th, 2025. Now, where should I start? Okay, so I'll be talking about Ketu, our south node. So when I say Ketu, Ketu is a Vedic term for the south node. And when I say the south node, it is the south node of the moon in astrology. The south node of the moon in astrology, in Western astrology, is your past self, your past reactions, your past actions, your past peace, of course, again, your past life, your your past home. Okay, the south node of the moon is your past instincts. Is also your regular instincts. The instincts to where you don't know that you have done something. For instance, like somebody could see how you've done what you've done, but it might be in a whole nother perspective. Or somebody witnessing you do something you might have not thought or is not in your natural selection of action to where you remember. That is the south node of the moon for you. That is within your chart. The south node is your past animals. In this case, especially since in Virgo, how you treat it in Virgo, south node in Virgo, it's your past actions and how you treated people. Your everyday thoughts are not your thoughts. Your everyday demands of your past life self. That's what the south node could bring, especially especially if you have a pet. This might increase. So right here, if you guys see in this picture right here, this is the south node of the moon, and right here, and the north node of the moon. And the south node of the moon is basically your bottom body. That's why I did this in the beginning, because the south node of the moon represents the bottom of your body, and then the north node of the moon is only your head and above. That's why I really have to come in this video for the first time. So the north node is your future, your present, your strengths, your present strengths, your diagnosis of power, authorities, authoritation. It's also your hesitation. No, it's also your hesitations, your future hesitations, your grandparents, your older siblings, because it relates to Saturn. North Node relates to Saturn, and more so, yeah. North Node relates to Saturn. South Node relates to, of course, um, Mars. I'm tripping. So again, North Node is your future children, your present family. Um, represents presence, um, addictions. South Node represents addictions, more like obsessions. The tail of the dragon, that's more of a Vedic term, and the head of the dragon, more so a Vedic term. So this is the tail. The tail is the body. More so, that's what they call South Node is the serpent, the tail of the body, and then your head is the head of the body. It's the face of the dragon, where the dragon aims. The North Node is your aim. I will also too in part two. I'm gonna be explaining how it will affect individuals. Um, how it will affect individuals in each house. By the way, in part two, I probably have to make a part three, part two, but I will go ahead and explain how it will affect individuals. Okay, mind you, I might go more into depth of the meaning of the South Node, and this definitely the South Node inside Virgo. I'm just gonna give predictions off of it. I'm not gonna give what it means in every house. I'm gonna just get straight off the bat predictions and how it could affect you. Mind you, um, the North Node and the South Node always go counterclockwise. So if we're looking at this chart right here, this is a Vedic chart. I should have got a whole chart. Probably in part two, I'll explain more, but Vedic chart is gonna have to do. So right here, I'm gonna move my mouse for example. This in astrology, I would say this is clockwise, going left. Counterclockwise is always going right, if I'm not mistaken, because the 12th house is midnight or nighttime. The first house is presence, and um more so time like 1:12 p.m. like rise. It's the rise. So it's the sun of the rise. Whenever the sun sets, so the sun finally sets, which is like five something. Anyways, the Rahu or the South Node and North Node always goes counterclockwise. Do not ever think it goes clockwise. Okay, so they always go counterclockwise, meaning backwards in each sign. Okay, so counterclockwise it goes this way, if I'm not mistaken, and clockwise it goes that way, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so I would say. Okay, I would say I'm gonna get on the effects if I can. A quick second of the South Node again in Virgo. Let me go get something for examples. Be right back. Do, 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 do. I don't fucking know. Something just fell. I don't know what it was. Okay. Oh, Z, I need you still. Come here. So this is my cat Z, right? And I brought him into the video because the South Node is, or Virgo, one of the representations or the meaning of the sign is animals. Okay. The spirits of animals, souls of animals, pets of animals. Say hi. Hi. So his name is Z. Okay. Virgo is the caretaking of animals. Um, the sign, I said, do we have a problem? The sign of problems, the specific of problems, the diagnosis of problems. Um, it also is hands. More so, see, with Mercury, Gemini and Virgo have this substantial strength of Mars as well because you're doing specific things with your hands. Your hands manifest. That's why the third sees the nine, sees the six, sees the third. Okay, sees the 12 too, because you might never know what comes out of whatever you use your hands for specifically. Virgo is all about discrimination, logic, extreme logic, um, perspective truth, because Mercury is very flexible. He's very flexible. So with Mercury being like that, it would have to be, in a sense, a specific truth to debunk the sign or whatever planet is in Virgo at the moment of time. Okay. It's your debts. And more so, Virgo is more so your everyday debts. It's not, it's the debts you pick up. It's the debts you pick up and you forget about. Okay. It might be the everyday debts that is uncurable with Virgo. Like to cure up the debt, like things you buy that you can't live without. It affects your health. Anything you buy that affects your health, Virgo. But the South Node in Virgo is kind of hard to. It's really kind of hard to, I would say, benefit to the max. And I'm wrong on that. You can, you will. People will. Because you have the North Node in Pisces, so it kind of balances things out. But when you get to the South Node in Virgo, it makes your past actions become, in a sense, back into your daily life efforts. Okay, so with the South Node in Virgo, you have to be aware of bringing your everyday, like dealing with your everyday problems in the way you did that wasn't beneficial for the present moment. Okay. The South Node in Virgo will make you go independently into that mode of using past niches that you've been doing for your everyday problems and maybe it snuck back into your life and now you're back into the shit that you said you wasn't going to be doing. Okay. Because Mercury is all about, it's more so talking, but this Mercury is very like critical. Virgo is your critical thinking skills. Okay, it's like it is like Mars too. Okay, similar to Mars. Anyways, the analysis or the analogy I came up with is like, I remember, 'cause I wanted to do this in part one that I did like earlier. Something happened in the video. The south node influences most at nighttime or when it gets close to evening. The south node really takes over a person. Let me go back into depth with south node is. The south node is the actions again that you don't see yourself doing, that you don't think is bad, that you dig into, that you think that you might not be aware of, that could possibly look at you, that could possibly be a negative effect. Okay, especially it just really depends on how it plays out and what sign and what aspects, of course, that will affect South Node. But more than likely, you will have strong reactions and actions towards whatever sign that it is in. South Node and Virgo, it makes you out of bounds with your health. Okay, so you have to be very careful with drug usage, okay, or adding in past drugs or past health diets that's not so beneficial for yourself, okay. Also, okay, so the South Node, subconscious belief I have. So, I got this picture from Google. Um, I'll probably put the link in the next video. So you cannot become, in a sense, like overusing your everyday strengths to the point you yourself feels like you're not even alive. You're not really in an everyday mind of spirit. It's your health. Virgo, oh shit. Virgo is the health of your spirit, the health of your soul, especially your mental, your brain. It's the health of your brain. So you have to be careful. Also, too, the South Node and Virgo, you have to be careful of bad habits towards your pets, the reactions of how you treat your pet. Okay, South Node doesn't do well because it has the essence of maybe being a little bit too aggressive towards pets or animals. Okay, or maybe it's vice versa. Okay, but it really depends. Okay, honestly, especially what house, whatever house it is, it really do depend. Ends up being used due to so hypercritical perfection. So like yeah, when it comes to like your body and health, this type of placement, you might be addicted to like again getting your body right, using certain methods for healthcare. Like if you are a guy, you want to get bigger, you might be have to be wary of overly working out or overly using supplements to help your body. Overly just obsessive and just making sure you're using healthy nature to do that. And again, if you're a female, it's the same thing, like making sure you don't use crazy supplements, crazy drink, crazy things, and abusing that. Because Virgo is about perfectionist, but um, Pisces is more so the crash of the perfectionism, the off thought of what if it don't have to be, it could be the unperfection can be perfection, if that makes sense. So where it's a bad habit, it's a bad nature. You don't want to do that. Okay. So with South Node and Virgo, you will have Um, yeah, shall be done. The South Node of Virgo, again, it brings maybe your pet may have past actions. They might bring back past actions. Okay, so you have to be careful. They might have enemies, enemies that are older, that are grand. Okay, the South Node of Virgo, you will want to be cooking, like you will want to add in. You will be looking up online again if you have when South Node comes January 12th of older recipes, like not grand recipes, but recipes um that are odd that one may never have heard of, but it might be a recipe or a health divination that is very young in a sense, not young, but yeah, young but and new. And or maybe you've seen this before with South Node and Virgo. South Node and Virgo, it has that essence of bringing something, bringing a specific thought that could affect yourself in a sense. Okay. When the South Node gets into Virgo, you have to be aware of, I mean, not beware, but you have to, one will like feel like they'll have to gain a side hustle, a niche for side money. Okay. Virgo is all about, Virgo is all about work as well. But Virgo is the double body sign to where they are, these are the type of people that can have a niche, that have the side business that has a good amount of money, a good amount of income that could come in, a side job that is, two jobs at one time, but both jobs is feels like one job. Okay, this is a double body sign to where they can handle more than one thing at once. Okay, they're meant to do that. The South Node in Virgo, and of course the North Node in Pisces. The South Node in Virgo is, don't go back to unintelligent behavior or um, unintelligent enemies. Okay, it will have that bondage to where you might feel like your enemies could bring you, I would say, notoriety. Okay, you have to be careful of that. I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna make like 3 videos to this, but I'm gonna say, give me 1 second, and then I'm gonna explain North Node and Pisces.